my camera stopped filming. And I didn't know that. So everything I had filmed, which was gutting out this whole pumpkin, and I had told like a lot of stories, they're all gone. So,
Hi, my mistake.
yeah. So, I don't even have the intro. I have nothing. It's okay. Hi. I did a poll on my Instagram the other day, and it was between a couple videos, and this one and a different one tied. But I chose this one because I thought it was more festive. Me carving a pumpkin and telling some ghost stories. These are my ghost stories. And these are ghost stories that like I've been through and some that I've just heard growing up. But yeah, I am also a bunny. I thought I'd dress up for today's video, so bunny, 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 whatever bunny noises makes. Bunny, bunny. Bunny, bunny, bunny. Bunny, 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 bunny. Sorry. But yeah, this is my pumpkin I got from the pumpkin patch. She's organic. She was grown by college students. She was only $10, but she cost college kids like $100 grand in their tuition, which I think about every day. The pumpkin patch is really cool. The one I go to, it's put on by the college. They have an agricultural department, and they grow a lot of like fruits.
Buying a lot of fruits, for example, like carrots and cucumbers, and also yogurt. And so
Everyone's
the reason
like,
why,
okay.
and the reason why
They grow a lot of crops and stuff because like that's someone's major, and there's like animals and. But yeah, they have this huge pumpkin patch, and then around this time they open it up and they raise money for the school. And yeah, so this was somebody's homework, and I think that's quite interesting. So let's redo it. She's already gutted, but yeah. That's okay. You didn't want to see me doing that anyway. So now I'm going to draw a face on my pumpkin. Okay, so I'll tell a story. This is a good one. This is a classic story in my house. I didn't get to hear the whole details about this story until a very long time later, because it would have scared me so much that I would have refused to come back into the house. Judas, please. These headbands hurt my head. I'm not gonna show you the face until I finish it. Well, tell you it now. Okay. So, at my childhood house growing up, we had a backyard that we'd spend most of our time in. It was really pretty and decorated, nice. It was like the place you wanted to be. There was a pool. It was big. It was just like the hangout spot. It was just like where you would go to kick it. Kick it, kick it. Sorry. And one night, me and my family were out there. It was me, my brother, my mom, and my dad. My eldest brother wasn't there. He wasn't at the house. And so I was towards the back of the house, like by the back of the pool. I wasn't in the pool. I was outside of it, like on the grass area. My brother was on this side. I'll put a little drawing of it, of our locations. But he was over here on the other side of the pool. And my parents were staggered right here. And this all happened at the same time. This all happened simultaneously. Okay, that's very important that you all know this. That this all happened at the exact same time. So, me and my dad both looked up, and we had this big bay window that you could see into our kitchen and our living room. We had like an open floor plan. So we both looked up and we saw this like big, like black figure just kind of like coast by, like just like me. Like just like that. And then as me and my dad are watching that, at the same time my mom and my brother look up at the roof and they see this kind of like gargoyle thing. Not really, it was like another like black figurine sitting on the edge of our roof, just kind of like with its feet dangling. And so like we all were kind of like taken aback, like what did we just see? So we all kind of just like panicked and then like kind of like shook our heads. But then of course when we like looked back, they were gone. So my brother was like, did you see that? To my dad. And my dad said, did you see that? To my mom. And my mom said, on the roof. And my dad said, no, in the house. And I said, what's on the roof? Because I had only seen what was in the house. I didn't get to learn what was on the roof until a very while later in my life. Until we had like moved houses. But yeah, we still don't know what that was to this day. My parents like gaslit us and were like, oh, we were just seeing things. I was like, we all were though. Like, how do we all just see things, you know? Like, I don't think that's like a real thing that happens. Like, I don't think we all can simultaneously see the same thing. But yeah, we were freaked out. Freaked the freak out, I can tell you that. The house was so creepy and haunted. Another story in that house. My poor brother. So I grew up with 2 older brothers, and their favorite thing to do to me was to scare me, because I would give them just the greatest reactions, which was scream and cry. So they loved it. So one night before bed, I always slept with my door open, because that house was so haunted and I wanted to be able to escape really easily in case of an emergency. So so I would always sleep with it kind of cracked. And one night I was getting ready for bed and I looked at my door and I saw my brother, my eldest brother. I saw him like in the crack of my door, standing there with like this creepy smile. Like he had like this big smile. And I said, "Ryan, stop it." Because it was scaring me. But he wouldn't stop. He just kept standing there smiling like a freaking freak. And I said, "Stop, you're scaring me." And then I started crying because he wouldn't stop. So I start crying really loud. And it alerts the rentals, it alerts the rents. And so my parents come out. But when they came out, he was gone. So when my parents come out, they're like, "What's going on?" And I tell them, "Ryan's standing in the doorway making an ugly face trying to scare me." And my brother's room was at the end of the hallway. At the very beginning of the hallway. My room was in the middle of the hallway, and then my other brother's room was at the other end of the hallway. And so my brother goes, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "You were standing right in the doorway making an ugly face, smiling creepy." And he was like, "No, I wasn't." And I was like, "Yes, you were." I was like, "You're trying to scare me." And he's like, "You're lying." He's like, "I never left my room." And I was like, "You're lying." So then it caused us to start fighting, but he swore that he was not anywhere near my room, that he hadn't left his room at all. So who knows what was standing in my doorway, staring at me creepily and smiling like that. But because I am the baby and the only girl, they believed me, and he did get in trouble. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Ryan. But honestly, I'm not, though, because you guys would torment me, and that's why they believed me. So you did it to yourself, Anakin. God, that hallway was so creepy. It was just like this long hallway. Oh. And then at the end of the hallway, there used to be this picture. I grew up in a really religious house. That ship has long sailed.
Yeah, so. No shit, Sherlock.
But at the end of one of the hallways, there was this picture of, it was a picture of a tree, but in the branches of the tree and the leaves, it made Jesus's face. It was so creepy. And I remember, but the only freaking light switches to this damn hallway were at the ends, on either ends of the hallway. And like I said, my room was in the middle of the hallway. So unless the lights were always on, I was shit out of luck. And I was having to walk in this dark, deep hallway with a freaking creepy, colorblind, find Jesus, where's Waldo, at the end of the hallway. And it would stress me out so badly because it was like, you know, when your mind plays tricks on you and it's like, is that Jesus? Who is that? And it just gave off this vibe of like, I know it's supposed to be comforting, but it's not. And I would literally sprint down that hallway. Just fucking as fast as humanly possible to get out of there. No one liked that hallway. Not the animals. Nobody did. If we didn't have to be in that hallway, we wouldn't be. Oh, I hated that hallway, man. It was just like, it felt like it went on forever. Of course it didn't. But it's funny because my god sister now, she lives in our old neighborhood, in our family homes. And her house is the same layout as my family home. So she has the scary hallway. And every time I'm at her house, I'm always looking at that hallway like, I'm not going over there. You can't make me now. But it's funny. I think this is probably the most paranormal thing that's ever happened to me. To this day, still. And I will never, ever, ever forget it. It takes the cake every time. And that is one night, this was at the same house. That house was so haunted. It was so stupidly haunted. That I was home alone one night and I was watching Tosh 2.0. This show on Comedy Central. Show was incredible. And the reason why the show matters was because it wasn't like I was watching anything scary. Like, I wasn't trying to scare myself. I wasn't like provoking anything. I was just literally watching Comedy Central. Okay. I had to have been like 12, 13. I was in middle school, I want to say. Or I was probably like in 8th grade. And so no one was home but me and my dog Sandy. Sandy was a Cocker Spaniel. Love that bitch. Pour one out for Sandra. We lost her in 2020. But she was sitting on a couch we had like a little, like it made an L, our couches, and then I was on the recliner. And so while the show was going on, Sandy starts barking at nothing. And I'm like, can you shut up, please? And she's like, bitch, I'm trying to save your life. And so she just keeps barking. And I'm like, Sandy, stop. Because her bark was so freaking annoying and irritating. It was like high pitch, but also like really deep. I can't even explain it to you, honestly. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't. And so as that's happening, and I just get this like weird feeling, like just this weird vibe. And I was like, and she would not stop barking. And I was like, Sandy, stop. Like, because now I'm getting freaked out. And I'm like, stop. And Sandy's like, no, not full. And so all of a sudden, she just gets levitated. Sorry. She gets like, it's like someone picked her up by her neck and like had her like pinned against the couch. Judas, this is upsetting Judas. Judas, come here. Couché. Had her like pinned against the couch by her neck. But like it's not like she was just like up like on two legs. Like she was like, her butt was off the couch. Like she was like being held up by her neck against the couch. And I was like, holy shit. This is not good. And I remember grabbing the house phone, basically saying, every man for themselves. I'm so sorry. I got up, I ran out the front door, called my mom, and was like hyperventilating, crying, screaming, throwing up, shitting my pants. And I was like, where are you? Like, come home right now. Where are you? And she was like, what's going on? And I was like, there's a ghost. And she's like, what? And I was like, and I explained to her what I had just saw. I'm just gonna scooch in right here if you don't mind. Like, you need to calm down. Like, you're seeing things. And at the time, I didn't know what gaslighting was, but I was being gaslit to the nines. And I was like, no, you don't understand. And she was like, okay, well, I'm almost home with your brother, like, relax. And I was like, don't tell me, like, I was literally going to lose my mind. Like, someone needed to admit me immediately. And so I was like, I refused to go back into the house. Like, they could not get me into the house. I left the door open for Sandy, so if the ghost ever released her, she could come out. He did release her. And she did come out eventually. Poor thing. She got freaking choke slammed. But yeah, so I think when my mom came home and she saw me like so distraught, I think she realized that like whatever I had seen was like enough, was worrisome enough that like it really traumatized me. But yeah, I refused to go back in the house. I was like, I'm not going in there. Like, you can't make me. I think I slept on the floor in my brother's room for like a week after that because like I couldn't handle it. I was so distraught at what I'd seen because it was just like I literally saw like someone like choke slamming Sandra, my poor dog. Did she deserve it? I'm not saying she didn't not deserve it. But yeah. So that's probably the one ghost story that will stay with me for the rest of my life, always. I'm gonna go wash my hands and then I'm gonna go put a light in here and I will reveal the face. Okay, you guys ready? Oh my god. Dun 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 dun. It's a little bit. Because it's another bunny. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this very fun video. I hope it put you in the Halloween spirit. And I hope you all have a very fun and happy, safe Halloween. It's on a Tuesday, so you'll probably be celebrating the weekend before. Be safe. Know your surroundings. Share your location. I don't care how attractive they are. If they give you creepy vibes, they're creepy. Never forget that. But yeah, have a good time. Let loose. You deserve it. We will talk very, very soon. Yes. Drink water. Be safe. Bye-bye. Bunny, bunny, bunny. Bunny, bunny, bunny. Bunny, 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 bunny. Bunny, bunny, bunny. Bunny, bunny, bunny. Bunny, bunny, bunny. Definitely broke that. Really? Come on, bitch. Okay. It's alright.